Welcome to the road to Rose Bowl. Who do I have sitting to my left?
Jacob's back, baby. I'm back from the grave.
Yeah, he wasn't with us yesterday, which show
I died.
Now, who do I have sitting in front of me? Well, damn it! If one goes, the other one. Why can't you both be here? You failures.
Well, that was my first absence.
That is true, actually. You are
right.
You
all were both absent before I was.
Actually, not really, because I was technically still on the computer one.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, where I did on Discord.
That's true, but
the audio was shit.
Guess who you had to have set it up? This guy.
That's
right
true.
Here.
I figured it out though. Took me forever.
Yeah. But yeah, I died yesterday.
Yeah.
I jumped off a cliff.
He was too cool to hang out with us. I get it. But he's back now, and we
got working on my house.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Well, we got.
Who cares? No one gives a crap.
No one cares. No one cares about your life.
No one's hearing your shit.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple of things to recap and talk about here.
Yep.
The first recap is Pats vs Titans. Now, I should have brought some Kleenex. One for me to cry, and two for you to
explode.
What do you think about this game?
I think the Titans played just better than the Pats, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Pats shot themselves in the foot a few times in that game from what I saw.
It was a bad.
Yeah, they didn't play well. Tom Brady is not going to retire now, I can say with certainty.
He said he ain't.
Not this year.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the very last pass he ever threw.
Be a pick six.
To be a pick six.
Yeah. Which, honestly, that pick six, what was the receiver doing? He wasn't even fighting for the ball. That was horrible. Brady threw it in the right position and gets swatted up in the air and taken back for a pick six. Yeah. Now the game was already over by then because they would have to drove 90 yards in 15 seconds. No, so
that's not how the Pats work.
Yeah, so they had already lost. But for me, a Pats fan, and some of these opinions you're going to hear overlap because, me and Brian did the episode yesterday on part 1. And Jacob's doing part 2 because you wasn't here. But
you're blaming me not being here on a Thursday when we're not scheduled to do this show. And you're not blaming Brian on the Friday.
This is actually Brian's fault.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's very much to blame.
He planned this on a Friday. I planned my stuff on a Thursday.
That is true. You done the right thing. But we separate them, so if you hear me overlap and just talking, is what it is. We're mainly doing this because I want to hear Jacob's perspective on these things also, and it's also our season finale.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
But we have a movie podcast coming up.
Yes, but football season's going to be over.
I know. We still have some pro football, and we have the XFL.
We do?
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Well, we can do it. Yeah, that's our... Well,
that's what we're not going to spoil that right now, but we'll get into that of what we're planning on doing afterwards, whenever season 1 ends. But because we'll still have some more content coming the way.
That's right.
But yeah, the Pats losing to the Titans, that was heartbreaking for me. What do you think about the Saints versus Minnesota?
It was a heartbreaker for me. I want Drew Brees to get him another ring.
I came so hard.
I know you
whenever
did.
The Saints lost, and here's why. Saints fans have been nothing but annoying over the last 2 years. Oh, we need to change the pass interference rule because
I've seen so many good memes out of this past night. Like they're going to
change the overtime rules.
Yeah, change the overtime rules.
I was telling Brian this on the one we did yesterday. I said, I've always argued for the overtime rules in the NFL to be changed.
Yeah.
Now I don't want them to because this whining and bickering from Saints fans. Shut up! You lost. It's your fault. There's nothing more to add to this.
The Vikings just outplayed you.
Yeah. Taysom Hill had a great game.
He really did, though.
Yeah, he played really well for the Saints, but
Drew Brees was subpar.
Yeah, he was fine. It was like a lot of things that led to the downfall, but I couldn't have been more happy.
That defender in the end zone in that final play, all he had to do was give a damn, and he would have stopped that.
Yep. I was happy.
I know, but I kind of am too, because this playoff season is going to be very interesting. You got the Minnesota Vikings, the Tennessee Titans.
We'll save that because I have a thing that I want to happen in this NFL playoffs. My team's eliminated, so I don't care.
Mine is too, so I don't care.
So I'm rooting for like anarchy. I'll get to what I want to happen.
I know, I already know. I'm not gonna say
You might not actually. But all right, we'll move on to the next topic: the Bills versus Texans. What do you think about that game?
Bills got roasted, and their curse continues.
You know the Bills, the last time they won a playoff game
What was it, 15 years?
Well, the Texans weren't even a franchise.
Yeah, it's been a very long time, like 15, 20 years, isn't it?
Yep, and they scored their first touchdown in the playoffs since '99, I think.
Jesus.
Yeah, so they're not the Browns incompetent, but the Bills the Bills do have a great foundation moving forward, in my opinion. I think
they could end up being a dangerous team in the NFL.
I love their roster and their coach. They're young. They've done the thing that we've talked about many of times: build from the inside, not the outside. Get some linemen, get some D linemen, and then get your skill players.
If you notice, the best teams, they never start with star receivers; they create them.
Yep, you're right. Or they luck into getting one late in the draft.
Yep.
I mean, that's just how great franchises are built, because you got to have a great O-line to succeed in football. It's most important.
If you don't have a foundation, you have nothing.
Yeah. And honestly, like D linemen too. I mean, it's better to have great D linemen than great corners, because if great D linemen can get a lot of pressure on a quarterback, then your bad corners, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it's going to compensate.
That. Yep, I agree. But great corners, not a great D line. I mean, they're going to get tired running around for 7 seconds trying to keep up with somebody. But the Bills played well, but the Texans, Deshaun Watson's a beast. He's legit.
The Texans have surprised me this year. They're unpredictable monsters. Is all
they are. They're one of the most inconsistent football teams in the National Football League. The Seahawks versus Eagles. Did you get a chance to check any of this out?
No, I did.
Carson Wentz got hurt within 5 minutes in the game. I seen a funny meme. It showed Joaquin Phoenix's Joker with the like whenever he's walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
It said Carson Wentz goes to the playoffs for the first time in his career, and then it shows 5 seconds later gets hit by a taxi.
Yeah. I think you said that. That's a good one.
Yeah. Carson Wentz can all stay healthy, but the Seahawks they're good. I think so, at least in my opinion.
How many teams are in the playoffs now? Is it 6 or is it 4?
Boom, 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 boom. I think it's...
Because you've got 49ers and the Ravens.
It's more than 4. I think it's 8.
Really?
Yeah, 8.
Okay.
Because...
so we still got 2 more weeks of playoffs left.
Let me see. It's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 8 teams left.
It's going to be a wild one. A colorful one.
It's going to be a dandy.
Yeah. Nifty.
Now, this is a topic that I want to talk about. Do you know Mike Leach, that crazy coach from Washington State, the one who don't believe in running the ball?
Yeah.
But he's going to be coaching in the SEC next year at Mississippi State. How do you think this will go?
I have no idea.
I want this to work because I love Mike Leach. He's a national treasure.
An absolute treasure.
This is actually probably a horrible idea, though.
Really?
Try throwing the ball 70 times in the SEC.
That's it. Yeah.
There's too much speed. I don't see it working, but I want to so bad. I want to see Mike Leach versus Nick Saban. That just rings like box office. I'm dying to see that.
In the red corner.
Yeah.
Well, Nick Saban standing at 220 pounds.
Versus Mike Leach, he's like eating banana. Yeah. Before they fight. Have you actually ever seen that video of Mike Leach? Have you ever seen that video of Mike Leach? He's I'm trying to think of what it was. It was before they were playing Washington.
Yeah.
And he's talking to Washington's coach, Chris Peterson.
Yeah.
And Mike Leach has a banana in his hand. He's eating it.
Yeah.
And he drops the banana on the ground on the turf and just picks up the banana and eats it.
That's awesome.
He's just like, it's
stupid damn banana.
I'm gonna eat you, banana. But he's a beast. But you know who was a bigger beast though?
Is it our boy?
It's our boy.
AB. You know what he has, right? A whole
lot of money.
A whole lot of money. I'm going to link that video
It's
in
beautiful.
the description.
It made me cry like 10 times.
It's a piece of art.
It is.
It truly is. Because
the main message I love in the song, it's really thought-provoking and deep. It really makes you think about the human psyche. He's got a whole lot of money.
Well, you see, you have to think about this. There's something in this world, right?
Uh-huh.
It's called capital.
Yep.
It's what you use to spend on goods.
Mm-hmm.
And he has
a whole lot of it.
An immense amount of it.
Yeah.
Just gargantuan size of legal tender. It's insane.
He is a god.
Yeah.
Now, all seriousness, you sent me this. You said, "What, Vontaze? What have you unleashed on us?"
Vontaze Perfect has released the rapper
Hey,
AB.
are you drinking that?
Yeah? No, that one? No, you know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, good old Coors Light.
Oh, sponsor us.
Well, yeah. Yeah, give us money. We're talking about AB.
Yeah, he's got a whole lot of money. And if you sponsor us, we could have a whole lot of money.
We could be like AB.
Yeah, make us our hero.
AB is you know what?
He's a titan.
I told you this the other day too. Like I follow him on Instagram just to see his like goofy posts.
Yeah.
He's like went nuts. Like it's like the most bipolar thing you'll ever see. Like on his
He's
pictures.
absolute bonkers.
Yeah, he posted one picture. He's like, "No more white women, 2020," and it had like a presidential campaign like picture of his face like smiling. And then the next picture, he's like dating this Caucasian lady. It's like, AB,
make up your mind. Are you racist or not?
Yeah. Like, do you want to fight more crackers or do you want to love them?
You can't do both at the same time.
Come on, AB.
This is not allowed.
Make up your mind. But yeah, AB.
Jesus.
It's great.
Just keep going.
Yeah, and he what was the other thing? He
Oh goodness.
he actually posted on his Instagram the AB curse. Or no, this was on his Twitter, the AB curse.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the reason why New England, the Raiders, and all these teams lost the Steelers is because of me, because I'm not there. And they're like all lost because AB wasn't there. Like, that's his logic behind it.
Yeah.
Which other Patriots, we could have used them. But, because we were decimated at wide receiver. But, you know, yeah, we had to get rid of him for a reason. He's a cancer. But he does have a whole lot of money, though.
He does though.
He has a whole lot of...
That legal tender he's bringing in by the boxes, yo.
He's got a whole lot of MF and money.
That's right. You ought to see the video. Watch the video, but don't show kids.
Or do. Who cares?
You know, yeah, why not?
It'll teach them a very valuable lesson about money.
Little boys need to learn early that women are good looking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one good thing he does have in his video.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is. I mean, there's a lot of good looking women in the video,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, good job, AB.
Even better, a whole lot of money.
There's a whole lot of money. He's like money laying on the ground and everything.
And he's just like throwing it at people. Like, dude, sponsor Road to the Rose Bowl. We will take you as a sponsor.
See, I wonder if after the video, my thought process is he like runs in there and just grabs all the money, and like no one takes any of this. Like he picks it all up, or he's like, I don't know. That's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yep. Next topic. Will Brady be in New England next year? What do you think?
Yes.
You think?
Yes, get over it, everybody.
What's your reasoning?
He's not retiring.
He's not retiring. He's already said that.
Well, the old saying is you can't teach old dogs new tricks.
What the hell does that have to do with
Tom Brady's like 40-some years old.
Okay, yeah, I get that, but
He's
what's that
not
have to do with the contract dispute?
Oh, it's a contract dispute.
Well, yeah, because he New England ain't really for sure if they want to keep him or not.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, he's 43.
Even Robert Kraft's like,
Well, Robert Kraft wants him. That it's Belichick.
If Robert Kraft wants him, he's going to. And Tom Brady, what I was trying to get to there, so I don't sound like an idiot, is he's been at New England his entire career. He's not going to want to leave in the final year or in his final years just because.
Well, if I'm Brady and I have that core of wide receivers,
yeah,
I want to get out. If they do not make any trades during the offseason for wide receivers, then I might actually leave. Because this is all in Brady's control right now, as in whether
he leaves or not.
Because he's a free agent for the first time in his career.
Gotcha.
So he can do anything. He can go to.
So wait, he's not officially signed with.
He's not officially a Patriot right now.
Really?
Officially, he's not. Now it's his decision whether he wants to come back or not, and also Belichick plays a hand. I've heard talks of the Colts. I think you will come back. Let me just stay down on the record. I do. And it has more to do with less of Belichick wanting Brady and more if he needs him because we don't have a backup plan. I mean, there's been talks of Andy Dalton going to New England. If Andy Dalton goes to New England, I will shoot myself.
What if Derek Carr goes to New England?
You know what? I wouldn't actually be pissed about that because I think Derek Carr is actually not terrible.
He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have a line. But anyway, we're getting off subject.
Yeah. But, yeah, as it goes for Brady, I think that he'll stay there just because they don't have a plan for the future right now.
Okay.
I think they'll sign him to like a 1-year or 2-year contract. Draft a quarterback this year. There's a lot. This is a great quarterback draft class.
It really is, though.
Yeah, so I say they'll get like Jordan Love out of Utah State late, which is, I think, one of the more underrated quarterbacks coming out of this draft class. They'll develop him behind Brady, and then get him ready for the NFL.
Well, Brady's already proven that he doesn't want to teach backups.
Maybe, but this is a point in his career. Like he's got 2 years left. Maybe he's about done playing football.
That's like on a good note if he has 2 years left.
Yeah.
Because if he's worst case scenario,
if it was up to him, he'd play for eternity.
Well, yeah. But absolute worst case scenario, he dies. Next to that, though.
Okay.
Next to that is he gets a career-ending injury because of his old age.
Well, actually, he did have a ACL injury in 2008 and tried to play with it, and that didn't work at all.
Exactly, and he's shown that he has the tenacity to let that was 2008, so he was younger then. I'd say to where he's become a bit wiser.
Well, apparently 2 years ago he played with 3 concussions. And didn't tell anybody except for his wife, and his wife accidentally let it slip on TV. If you know anything about concussions, you legally cannot play with them.
Yeah.
And he's also played it with a lot. He's played with a lot of injuries over the last couple of years. So apparently, Rex Ryan, actually, former coach of the Jets, did say he's like one of the tougher people in the NFL. Saying he plays through everything. It doesn't matter. So
I mean, he loves football.
He does. He's obsessed with it.
I mean, you got to give a man credit. He really loves the sport.
If he's not in New England, where do you think he could end up winding up at?
Well,
what do you think would be a good situation for him to just come in, like a team that has a lot of good players, but needs a quarterback?
That's what I'm trying to think of right now, and the best one I can think of.
All right.
Is, you know what, for the meme, Cincinnati.
No, that'd be an awful situation.
Let him go to Cincinnati.
They have everything.
Give him to Cincinnati.
They're going to draft Joe Burrow.
Oh, definitely. I was about to ask you, what would you feel if Joe Burrow went to New England?
Oh, I'd be happy. It's not going to happen.
It's physically impossible.
Yeah, because Joe Burrow's going to be your first pick.
Yeah.
New England ain't going to have a top 10 pick in the draft. So
why do these teams always go for these gigantic names in the draft whenever they always seem to fail?
Yep, I agree. Well, I'll actually point something out to you here. Have you noticed most of your quarterbacks succeed in the NFL?
Third round.
Third round, like Russell Wilson was a third rounder. Brady was a 6th rounder. You have Drew Brees was like first rounder, but he also came from a small school. He got Purdue to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And was a 2-star prospect coming out of high
That's
school.
a little bit different.
What I'm saying, though, is most of your quarterbacks that succeed in the NFL, they're not really these big prospects coming out of high school or stuff like that. And I think a lot of that has to do with whenever they go to these big colleges like Alabama, LSU, USC, you're throwing to a lot of talent. Whereas if you're a great quarterback at a smaller school, you are making the talent around you good. You're elevating people.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that has to do with things like that. But I think Brady, if he does leave New England, I think either the Colts would be a great situation. They have a lot of talent, quarterbacks holding them back, or the Steelers.
Okay.
Because the Steelers about made the playoffs with Duck Hodgins.
My 2 serious ones was going to be the Broncos and the Steelers.
The Broncos would not be bad at all. because they have a great defense. Their offense is horrendous, but they do have a great defense. So I can see that. But, yeah, as a New England fan, I want him to stay, obviously. But if he doesn't, I wish him the best of luck, and hopefully to God we don't get Andy Dalton.
What if you got Gardner Minshew?
Oh, then that'd be awesome.
That would be immense.
Until we start losing, and then I'll curse his name.
No, you have to respect the stash.
Of course. Did you hear about the UGA bullying incident?
No.
University of Georgia?
No.
Okay, so University of Georgia freshman is being sued right now for whenever he was in high school, he did something just awful. This guy's a punk. Hopefully he don't play football ever again, if this is true. He apparently bullied this one kid whenever he was a senior. Put his own semen in a bottle and tricked the kid into drinking it. I know. Disgusting. That was my reaction, too.
You know, it is disgusting, but at the same time, it's hilarious.
Not really. This is just terrible.
It's awful, but how did you trick a guy into doing that? I'm mind-boggled.
I do want to see the master scheme that went down.
Yeah.
I wonder if he had like a chalkboard
like
of
ideas. He had like a big whiteboard, and he's like, "All right, man, here's what we're going to do." And he pulled a big blueprint with schematics, and he's like, "So he's in this corner," and just started like chalking down everything. Mm-hmm. It was. I'm sure he had like a gang too, like the heist with him.
All I know is this kid is screwed. If this is true, you can kiss your college football career goodbye. You shouldn't be playing college football. You shouldn't be doing anything. I mean, this is awful.
I wouldn't say it's so bad that you shouldn't be doing anything. Like,
well, not anything, no. But I mean, this is one of there should be repercussions. For this.
Yeah, definitely. He needs to be punished. I'll give him that right now.
Of course.
But I wouldn't say he should not be able to play college football at all. I would say he needs to have punishment have the punishment fit the crime.
He should go to like FCS or something.
Yeah, NAIA.
Yeah. Well, piss, that's worse.
Yeah.
You're condemning him to where no one watches it.
I do. I'm one of the like 20 people of America that watches it.
That watches NAIA football, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep.
Terrible, amazing, but amazing.
Yeah, everybody's undisciplined. Our next topic. Ed Orgeron, your homeboy.
Oh, my baby.
Yep. Did you hear what he did during celebration?
What'd he do?
He ripped off his shirt and chugged 2 Red Bulls in front of his team.
That's how you do it, son.
And ate a bunch of crawfish in front of him.
Yes.
That man's a damn Cajun.
He is a legend.
I don't even know if we have anything to discuss on that. I just wanted to bring that up because it's freaking awesome.
You know what?
I love Mike Leach. Not Mike Leach, but Ed Orgeron.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Ed Orgeron show up in the WWE and give someone a Stone Cold Stunner and then like smack the beers together and chug them, like how Stone Cold.
He almost has the personality of like a more restrained Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he's just
insane.
Yeah, he's a madman badass, but without the "you're fired" stuff,
Or yelling at women to take their clothes off.
That too.
All right, our next topic.
We all love Vince McMahon.
We do. The XFL starting soon. So
Vince McMahon, sponsor us.
Give us money. All right, the American Athletic Conference is losing UConn because their basketball program is
Wait, basketball? I don't care about basketball.
Well, no, this has to do with football. This ends up tying back into football.
Okay.
But the American Athletic Conference with, UCF, Memphis, Houston, Cincinnati.
Okay.
Them teams, there's 12 teams in the conference right now.
Yeah,
next year, UConn will be gone. So they're going to have 11 teams. Who would you suggest they replace UConn with?
In the AAC?
The AAC. I have my suggestion.
Let me hear yours.
North Dakota State.
Yeah, that's perfect, actually. I don't have anything more to add on to that. North Dakota State. Give it to them.
Me and Brown were talking about that, and I was like, yeah, I think they'd be a great choice, honestly.
Wait. AAC is that?
American Athletic Conference.
Now, where are they mainly based at?
They're Houston, Cincinnati, Florida.
So all over the place.
Yeah. There's been talks of BYU maybe.
Give one to Tokyo University.
Tokyo? What the hell? No.
They actually have a football team.
Okay, well, I don't know what that is.
I think. I'm not sure, actually.
You're just making up shit.
Give one to Tokyo University just to piss with people.
Yeah, I love them Tokians.
Tokian. Japanese, you uncultured swine.
Yo,
you racist Tokians. Or should have dropped 3 bombs. That's Tyler. That's Tyler.
No, that's actually you. Did you see who the Panthers hired for their next head coach?
What? No, I was thinking Cowboys. No.
No, they hired Matt Rule from Baylor.
Really?
Baylor's head coach. I think this is brilliant. I love this hire. If you don't know the history of the Baylor program and what all happened there before he got there, he's a god to them. Because Baylor football was on the brink of shutting down because their former coach was letting players go around campus and sexually harassing women.
Oh, that's
not good.
Let boys be boys.
But what happened is they had like 30, 40 players get kicked off team. They were like in trouble of losing their program.
Dang.
The Big 12 was talking about kicking them out of the conference and them going to Conference USA with Marshall and stuff. Matt Rule comes in, goes 1-11 his first year. Not a good year, but he's working with nothing.
Yeah.
Second year, 7-6. This year he gets them to the Sugar Bowl in his third year. Now, this I think is
Baylor's screwed though.
He's built a foundation which can provide success.
That's true.
He walked into a situation that was a nightmare and built it up to where they can. Because Baylor, their best year, like to them, like their peak, like to their like athletic department. You go 7-6, you're going to keep a job. It's all like Kentucky. So going to the Sugar Bowl is just like
that's insane.
So they have a good foundation built for the future. You know, for 7-6, 8-5, maybe a 9-win season every now and then. And they have a great recruiting pool. They're in Texas, so. But I think this is an incredible hire. From the information I just told you, what do you think about this hire?
I think it's actually a good idea because Carolina, they're a completely mediocre team at this point, and they're sort of in a downward spiral.
And one of their biggest problems have been discipline.
Big time.
Yeah.
Well, hell, you have Cam Newton walking around and the stuff that he does on the field. It's ridiculous.
Well, not even that. Like,
that's sort of just a sign.
If you look at their if you look at what their records, they always start off hot. Like this year, I think Carolina started the year off 5-2.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't won a game since. It's like once they start, losing a couple of games.
So wait, they went 5-11?
Something like that, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I know they might have won one game in that stretch. But they were horrendous.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think that one of the decisions he'll probably make is Cam Newton will probably be gone.
Maybe. Again, you're going to have to look for a quarterback to, replace him with. Brady
to Carolina.
That wouldn't be terrible, actually.
That'd be interesting.
Because Christian McCaffrey's already a player that Brady's used to playing with, as in like a Swiss Army knife, a guy who can do everything.
Yeah.
So that actually is a great idea.
That'd be interesting.
I cannot believe I did not think of that, but that is smart.
That'd be nifty.
It'd be nifty. Another coaching hire, the Cowboys. What do you think about them hiring Mike McCarthy?
Isn't that Satan?
No.
No.
They didn't hire Urban Meyer.
No, I was thinking,
Urban Meyer's the devil.
Yeah,
no one hired him.
No, Mike McCarthy, give me a quick...
He used to coach the Green Bay Packers when Aaron Rodgers...
Yeah.
You know
he was the one with the Aaron Rodgers dispute.
Yep.
Yes. He hated Aaron Rodgers.
They did not get along at all.
I think, honestly, it's a good hire. If he can keep his mouth shut.
Okay, I brought this point up to Brian. And I think here's where Mike McCarthy might have some trouble. And no one's mentioning this on ESPN or Fox either, so
Jerry
I feel like I'm the first... Not just Jerry Jones. That ties into that, but no one's mentioning this. Green Bay doesn't have an owner. They're owned by the city. They're the only team in the NFL owned by the city, right?
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy used to coach there. Mike McCarthy's never had to deal with an owner.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And now he has to deal with the owner, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, and if you are dealing with Jerry Jones, he owns you, so...
Yes. So I wonder how that's going to play, that dynamic.
I would imagine not very well.
Because on the field, it's a wait-and-see thing, I think, more than anything. Because I looked at it as like a double-edged sword. He never had an owner in Green Bay to get him the right players that he always wanted, sure. Okay. But at the same time, he never had an owner telling him you should do this. He had a lot of
autonomy.
Yes. So there was a lot of good and bad there.
Yeah.
So I'm very intrigued to see how that plays out.
I would imagine that he's a good coach. He's proven that he's a pretty.
He's won a Super Bowl.
He's a pretty good coach.
Yep.
Solid
He brought Brett Favre's career back.
Yeah.
Because Brett Favre was going on a downward spiral. I think they were 4-12 before Mike McCarthy got there. The year Mike McCarthy gets there, they go 13-3.
So I have a very good comparison for Jerry Jones. I feel like Jerry Jones, he doesn't want to make the plays or do anything like that. He just wants to call the shots. So he's pretty much just like that teenager that wants to like hog the Madden.
Yeah. Honestly, Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones, to me, I understand why he's like that. He is the owner. He's the one that writes all the checks. He's not afraid to spend money. I'll give him that.
Yeah, that is true.
There's owners out there like
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's owner
oh my God.
is horrible.
He is a penny pincher.
Yes, he is. He refuses to spend any money.
You broke your leg. Well, too bad.
Yeah. Well, there's great talent in Cincinnati. There's been great talent in Cincinnati, but they've missed pieces that, if they just went out and paid a little bit extra for that one piece, they'd been a Super Bowl contender. But they refuse to do it because their owner's a cheapskate. So Jerry Jones is good on that aspect, but where he spends so much money, he also wants so much control.
Yeah.
So
and honestly,
I understand it
as a normal dude. I can definitely see that. I can understand.
It's his baby. He built it
exactly, but he also sort of needs to realize that he's crippling the team in a way from doing that.
Well, one good example I'll use is Robert Kraft, the owner for New England.
Oh, yeah.
He just sits back and just lets Belichick and Brady and all these pieces work together.
And he enjoys the football.
Yeah, and the massages.
That is also true. He loves the Vietnamese women. I'll tell you what. I don't know what it is.
If they get shipped over, it's fine.
He's just like, he's got 17 mail-order brides. I don't know where they came from.
But, yeah, I think that, honestly, he's a... I can understand Jerry Jones, wanting some control, but... I think it hurts the team more than it helps the team in the long run.
It does, but it sort of balances itself out in the fact that he'll spend however much money he wants to on anything to get them wherever he wants them to be.
Now, I'm going to ask you a trivia question.
Go.
What was the first words ever said on this podcast? You might not know this, actually.
Give me a minute.
Said by you. You actually said them.
Really?
You sure did.
Did Brian guess it right?
No, he didn't.
Hi there. I don't know.
We're going. Because we didn't edit it. We were so amateur, we didn't edit like that part there. Because I remember we were so excited to even just start doing the podcast.
How am I nostalgic over something that happened 4 months ago?
It does feel just odd though, don't it?
It does. I feel like I've grown up.
Yeah.
I feel like I've matured.
You've become a man.
I've become a man. I've got hair on my chest.
Hair other places.
My nipples are starting to droop a little bit. I'm starting to grow up.
I see a little wrinkle there in your forehead.
Yeah, I've got my crow's feet going.
But yeah, I thought about that the other day. I was like, that'd be a good trivia question because, the assumption would be our first words on the podcast would be from me, welcome to the Road to the Rose Bowl. But no, it's actually, we're going.
We're going.
Yep. This is for anybody that wants to know any insight. Now what we do is Jake looks at me and goes, he holds up his hands and counts down. Yep, and then he points at me, and once he points at me, that's whenever we start. But then, we didn't know what we were doing. We actually planned out. See, we planned it out like 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
And then what we did, whenever we got here, we made our first logo that you see in our first video. We didn't make it. We found out on Google. But what we did was
stock images.
We literally did everything within an hour.
Yeah.
And we just set everything up in an hour, not knowing what we were doing. We're like, let's just do it.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I was starting to get impatient. I was just like, let's just do this. Yeah. And I picked out the random image and I cropped it wrongfully. Mm-hmm. The thing is cockeyed.
Yeah. It looks so odd now.
It's like short, shriveled, and hanging to the right,
I remember our second episode, week 1, we actually made a huge blunder there because we were going to start labeling week 1, week 0, and we just kept the second episode was also week 0, on the...
Oh, yeah!
And we were just like, it doesn't matter. And we had a in progress thing and the, what was it? You put a thing in the corner, in progress or something like that. It's like this. It was so small.
Oh yeah.
That you could hardly notice it.
Work in progress.
Yeah. And it was so small that you could hardly notice it.
Yeah. No one ever read it.
Yeah. But
these are just some Easter eggs for you all to go back. You know what we should do next?
To go back and laugh at some of our dumber videos.
Yeah, if y'all want to, and I'll put our phone numbers in the description. You can text them to us. I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
But,
hell with that idea.
Yeah, hell with that.
Yeah.
But one thing that we should do next year or next season.
Mm-hmm.
We need a swear jar for every time I have to edit out every time we say that, like drop an F-bomb.
Yeah, you've been the one to do it the most.
Yeah, I dropped 4.
Yeah. So, and we've had to go in.
You gotta put $5 into the swear jar every time you do it.
Yeah.
And the money goes to me because I edit it.
Or we can donate it to AB's Whole Lot of Money Fund.
Oh my God, we could.
Yeah, just so he can have a whole lot more money.
That is true. You know what we need to do? We need to hit up AB and be like, we need a live action of your Whole Lot of Money music video so that we can get a taste.
Maybe
just a glimpse.
Maybe that next season that's what we'll open up our podcast with is like that song.
Whole
lot of money.
Whole lot of money.
Money. Did you hear about Hawaii's quarterback entering for the NFL draft, McDonald?
No.
He's a junior, which means he has another year of eligibility, and yet he's choosing to go to the NFL.
That's a terrible idea.
I think it's awful.
It's a terrible idea. What is he doing?
I can tell this kid right now, they don't run the run and shoot offense in the NFL.
No.
You're not going. It's going to be too fast for you.
But you know what he's thinking right now? Oh, I know that. I'll adjust.
Yeah. Or he's thinking, I'll get a whole lot of money. But here's
that too.
Yeah, here's the crazy part though. He's not even on any draft boards. Like he's projected to go nowhere.
Really?
So I don't know what his thinking is here.
What's his idea here?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Spend another year.
Just spend another year of college
and then
graduate.
hope to God you get it when you graduate as a senior.
Yeah, and if you don't, you still have.
Well, you got a degree. You better make
fall back
use
on
of
that.
it.
Yeah, you can fall back on that. So I don't understand his logic here. Oh, Tua actually said he's going to the NFL.
Good.
Yep.
That is a good idea.
Now that makes sense. Get out.
Considering you have a glass hip now.
Yeah. Go ahead and get your money and
retire early because you're not going to make it long, son.
Yep. Now, Jake Fromm from Georgia is also going to the NFL. I think this is fine.
Yeah.
He's like a 4th rounder, I see.
Yeah, he'll probably end up being one of those like generational talents coming out of nowhere.
I can see New England maybe getting him.
Jake Fromm?
Yeah, as like one of the players to develop.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he's not going to cost much. We're going to get him late in the draft.
Yeah.
I feel like this is actually not a terrible choice for them. But I have a question for you. And this one, we're all going to be wrong here. Because this is what I would call what's your very, very, very early prediction for next year's top 4 teams? Very early.
Dang, this is...
Yep.
Like a deer in headlights right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and put Clemson.
Okay, that's
That's a freebie.
Yeah, they play.
I'll go ahead and put Alabama too.
That's fine.
That's usually a freebie.
Yep.
And then I'm going to put Texas.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put not Baylor.
What the hell?
I was going to put Rutgers.
Oh, of course, yeah, because they got that one coach who was like, "We're gonna be number 1.
We're gonna be number 1." He's just telling me what I already need to know.
Yeah,
he's
like AB with a whole lot of money.
Yeah, he's got a whole lot of money, and Rutgers is gonna be number 1.
Yeah. My top 4 for next year is Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama, and Oklahoma will go to the playoffs, or Oregon, and they'll get slaughtered. I'll say Oregon. So I can just be wrong whenever we look back.
Don't worry, I'll be wrong on 2 of them.
I think we'll all be right on Clemson and
Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama. But
we all 3 took Clemson, Alabama freebies, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, my God, why wouldn't you? All right. You actually won bowl season.
Sure did. I'm buying myself a trophy.
Yep.
It's going to be immaculate. It would be immaculate.
It's going to be the greatest trophy ever presented, ever.
Oh, you know what would be really cool, though? If we got, like, those plaques with, like, little labels on it. And
why?
Because it'd be cool, dude.
So we could, like, look at it and be like, yeah, I bought myself
No, you don't understand. 3 different plaques is what we get for, like, the next however long we do this. And each of them are going to be labeled, like, regular season winner, playoff winner, bowl winner. Mm-hmm. And, we just tack our names up there for everyone who wins that certain year.
Conference championship winner.
Yeah. And we take our name, whoever won there, then what year, and like the date and stuff.
Yeah, this sounds like it costs money, though.
What? But we have a whole lot of money.
No, we don't.
We don't have a whole lot of money.
No, we don't have that.
We're starting a Patreon. You got to pay for it for us.
I won $1 billion on that Patreon.
Better be.
But yeah, you actually won bowl season.
I know.
Now, the national championship is yet to... Yeah, it starts Monday. We'll give our picks on that here in a second. Actually, we'll do that right now.
LSU.
Well, God almighty. The first game, North Dakota State versus James Madison in the FCS playoffs.
James Madison.
Wow, I'm the only one picking North Dakota State.
No, I'm actually picking North Dakota State.
Okay.
I'm not an idiot.
Okay. Brian actually picks James Madison.
He's an idiot.
Yeah. Dumbass.
But
you got LSU over Clemson.
Yes.
I got Clemson over LSU. So
I got Clemson.
All right. Well, that's 2 versus 2 because Brian also has LSU.
That is also true.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a great game though.
Yeah.
I just hate that they have it on Monday.
Makes no sense.
No, they do.
Couldn't they have had it tonight?
I know.
Friday night
or Saturday. See, the way I would structure it is, I would have it on Saturday. I'd have because the FCS playoffs between North Dakota State and James Madison is at 12.
Yeah.
So I would do 12-3 that game, and then after that game, like on Saturday, 5 to whatever time, the FBS title.
Gotcha.
I feel like that would make a lot more sense than the way they do it right now. I don't understand why they have it on Monday, but
I understand.
It's terrible. But I think it'll be a great game. I think both games will actually be. Let's see what other topics we got here. The transfer portal. And you know what? This is actually a callback to our first episode. Dog barking in the background. Hey there, Daisy. But, yeah. Transfer portal.
Don't know what that is.
It's where players can freely transfer to other teams. How do you feel about this?
Sure.
Yeah. I agree. Apparently, this is like a big controversial topic.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people feel like it hurts the sanctity of college football. Meanwhile, coaches can go and leave as they want to. I don't know if I understand
as well as cover up that they're,
letting players beat women, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Urban Meyer, who covered up domestic violence.
Urban Meyer's a good man.
Oh, yeah. Jerry Sandusky. Don't even say he's a good man. Penn State.
He's not a good man. He's a great man.
No. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay. Jerry Sandusky was like a guy. He was like a defense coordinator at Penn State who was involved in like a big child sex scandal.
As you do.
You might want to take back what you just said. But, yeah. He, yeah, not so good. The
White House with Mom.
But, let's see here.
I'll bring you back.
We got a dog and everything going on here.
I love.
Perfect.
You know what? The great thing is that next season, we won't have to worry about any of that.
That's true.
Yeah, we won't have to worry about a thing.
We'll maybe bring Daisy on as a guest picker. The dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah.
But next season we'll have our own office for all this, and we'll miss Daisy barking. We won't miss that, but
it'll actually make things a little bit easier. But
much.
Yeah. Now, that's actually how long has this one been so far? I'm not
40 minutes.
40 minutes. Yeah, I mean we ain't got too many topics left to discuss. Right now I'm looking here. I'm doing this by phone. Usually I've been writing them down, but this time I'm actually doing it by phone. I think we're actually near the end. We still got the playoff games to predict here in a minute, but that's just a bonus. If you want to cut off listening right now, that's fine. We're done talking.
Just gonna click it.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of you talking. That'd be a perfect way to end the season.
Oh, yeah. Immaculate. But college football is coming to an end, and we got... so, I guess that's the end of episode 21, the legal age to chew tobacco. We have a bonus thing to talk about here in a second. There is one thing I do want to bring up to the viewers. We are starting a movie podcast next week.
Link in the description, boys.
Yep. The name of the podcast will be called The Sailor.
Yep, go subscribe to it.
I'm going to try to set up a Twitter, and we'll actually start timestamping them. See, my idea was
my idea was to timestamp.
Well, my idea for you is timestamping, dumbass, is that you can start like whenever, because you look at the time while you're looking at the computer anyway. So whenever we switch topics, you can write down on a piece of paper, what time we ended that one topic or whatever.
Yeah.
So that one would be pretty cool. We have 3 movies lined out. We have 12 Angry Men, Uncut Gems, and Joker. That's our first 3 movies.
Joker.
We also have top 10 movies of the decade, top 10 worst movies of the decade we'll be discussing. And we have one surprise thing in there. I don't want to tell the viewers. I'll tell you after we stop the recording here.
Suck it, viewers.
Yeah. We're better than you. But we do have one thing that will surprise you. It's not a movie involved, but it is like another art form that we do appreciate. But I think that's about it. Now, do you want to get into the bonus picks?
Sure.
Okay. So the bonus picks. Minnesota versus the 49ers. Who do you got?
49ers.
I got Minnesota.
Little engine that could.
I'll get into it.
Okay.
I'll give you my logic.
I love you, James. I love you so much.
The Titans versus the Ravens. Who do you got?
Titans.
I do too.
Hey.
Do you see my nightmare scenario? I want the Titans to win it just as a joke.
Yeah.
I want them to win the Super Bowl.
I knew it.
Yeah. The Texans versus Kansas City. Who do you got?
Texans.
I got Texans.
I don't want Kansas City.
I think we're
anywhere.
all. Who do you got between Seahawks and Packers?
Seahawks.
So we've picked. Me and you both have picked all these games like the road teams.
It's perfect.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh God.
I just want utter chaos. That's what I'm rooting for. But that's about the end for us. Anything else you want to add?
Yes, I do, actually. I'm going to edit this in a certain way, and you'll see whenever it's done. And it's going to make people cry because we had a tribute at the end because it's so sad to see it end.
Yeah, we had people rudely interrupt, so we have to edit.
No, there's stuff I'm also going to edit in at the end.
Why?
Because it's going to be beautiful, and I want you to know that I love you. Alright, boys. I think that's
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Never gonna run
around.
and take